Hey guys, how's it going? Dylan here from No Productions, and today I am bringing you guys a brand new series. It's going to be called Budget Builds. Now, in this first episode, we're going to be working on building an NHL HITZ team in HUT. So the whole point of this series is to try and build a team, around a main, kind of purpose. And this purpose in this episode is to bang bodies. Because I know my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts, and one of the most fun parts of NHL 14 is hitting. Oh my, when you lay a guy out, you line him up, whether it's center ice or you're laying him up against the boards, it's so much fun. Although you may get a lot of penalties, it is a lot of fun to hit. So I thought, why not try and find, a huge, an NHL team that can just bang bodies, and try and do it for a decent amount of money. So that's what I did. In the background, you guys are seeing me going ahead and buying some of these players. Now, the majority of these players, went for 500 to, 800 pucks. I think there was one or two of them that went for about a K. But, nothing crazy. I didn't want to break the bank when it came to making this team. For guys that may have a little extra cash, they just want a separate lineup for just banging bodies, somebody that just wants to bang bodies, and that's their main lineup, because it is a lot of fun. So here we go, looking at the lineup here. Our first line, we're hitting them, and we're hitting them big. At center, Paul Gaustad, which is kind of a surprise that he's an 89 overall check-in. And that's another thing. Every player in this lineup has at least an 87 overall check-in or above. So we're hitting them big on the first line with Paul Gaustad with an 89 overall check-in. And he's also, an overall pretty good player. Now, 83 overall shot and skating, 80 hands, and 84 defense. So he's a pretty good player. Then on the right wing, oh my goodness, George Peros, 89 checking once again. He's got decent skating, 89 skating. Better than that, he's not the best player, but 89 checking. We're hitting him big. And the big man, John Scott, oh my goodness. I had to put him in here. 92 checking. I believe he has the highest checking in the game. Maybe, like a guy like Nicholas Cronwell has more. I'm not sure. But those guys are expensive as shit. But this guy, John Scott, can hit. Oh my goodness. He has a little trouble getting around the ice. He is a big body, but 92 checking. That is absolutely insane. So we're hitting them big here with our first offensive line. Then on defense, we've got Robin Regeer, a 91 overall checking. Oh my goodness, this guy actually goes for pretty cheap. Under a K easily. And he's a 91 overall checking. I think the reason why he is not over a K is because, one main reason is he's pretty slow. He's a big body yet again, like John Scott, and he has a little trouble getting around the ice, but if you line a guy up, they are absolutely done. Then on right D, we've got Johnny Boychuk, 88 overall checking. And this guy, he's a little bit, overall, a little bit better than most of these big checkers, overall. 83 skating, 79 shot, 78 hands. But he's got some good defensive skills as well at 86. Moving on to our second line here, we got a little bit more finesse here. A surprise here for sure is Tumu Ruutu. 87 checking, 87 defense, and his offensive category it's pretty good. 84, 85, 85 for his skating, shot, and hand. So he's not bad. He has a small body, so it's a surprise to see him with 87 checking, but he can definitely hit, and he has a little bit of a offensive prowess to the team. At right wing, we've got Stewart, a big body, but he's got some slick mitts. 85 skating, 87 shot, 86 hands, and then 87 checking and 84 defense. So he's a power forward right winger, but he's an overall 2-way player for sure. Can play both sides of the ice very well. Then at left wing, nothing spectacular here with Ryan Malone, but he is yet again another good 2-way player that can, he can bang bodies, he can play offense as well. So a good player there on left wing. And then on defense, Schultz here, 88 checking, 87 defense. This guy is an absolute stud on defense, and his offensive category isn't obviously not the best, but he can skate a little bit. Then we've got Luke Shen, who's a little bit better overall. 88 checking, 84 defense, and 84 skating. So he can skate, which is good. You want a guy that can skate, and if he can hit, that's just an absolute great combination. Luke Shen, a good right D-man. I didn't want to put him on the first line because I want this first line to be an absolute stud when it came to hitting. I just wanted to, when you're going out there, to like, what the hell? What is up with this lineup, man? You just want to hit them big. You want to hit them early. So that's why this first line is the way it is. I know we could have a better first line, but this is the way it is. Then on line number 3, yet again, a little bit of a surprise. Martin Hansel, an 88 checking. Absolutely insane. I didn't expect this guy to have, big checking category, but this guy was, I believe, the most expensive to get. He was just over a K. I think it might be because he is a good two-way player. He can check and he can play offense. So that's why I like him here on the third line. I would have him up higher, but guys ahead of him are just better, I guess. Then on left wing, Thornton here, oh my goodness, 89 check. And this guy can bang body. He's not the biggest guy, but he's gonna hurt somebody. And then the good old Canadian boy, Tutu. Oh my goodness, 88 checking. I was so happy when I saw this guy. I completely forget about this guy, but the man from the north, Jordan Tutu, 88 checking, and he's actually got some decent skating. 84 skating. His shot isn't too bad, and he's got some decent defense as well. So a good right winger here. Then on defense, we've got Green here, 89 checking. This guy's a very good defenseman, and like all our defensemen, they are, I believe all of them are defensive defensemen, which is kind of expected, being that they have such high checking. So no big surprise there, but 89 checking for Green. Then Emlyn, also 89 checking. This guy's pretty good. He's got some skating as well, 84 skating, which is good. Then line number 4, final line here. We've got a Dustin Penner, who is, he can hit for sure. He's a big body, but he's also got some categories that are up there. His shot, his skating, his hands, everything's decent. It's very good. Then we've got Brooks Lack, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a very good two-way player. Some pretty good stats here, 85, 85, 84, 87, 87. So a very good overall player, and he can hit as well, big body. And then we've got Joel Ward here, 88 checking. This guy, he can hit, man. He can absolutely demolish somebody. In this fourth line here, what I like is the fact that Joe Ward and Lack play together in Washington. So it adds a little bit of chemistry to the team. Now, I know if you guys have, more cash than what this team is worth, or like you have to buy it for, you can go ahead and buy some change teams, to make your chemistry a little bit better, because at the moment, my team chemistry is only 75, but that's what happens when you go and try and find the big hitters. So there you have it. There is our lineup, and then goalie. I had some other goalie in here, but I just put my regular goalie in there. You don't really have to go buy one. You can just use the one that you have, I guess. So there you have it. I did include this Biron, because Biron is totally underrated. I included him in the price because I thought, I'll give you guys a good goalie as well that's pretty cheap. Look at his stats. He's at least an 82 overall goalie, but he's actually rated at a 78. Not sure why. I'm not sure how the whole rating system goes, but look at his stats. 82, 83, 83, 82, 82. So he's clearly an 82 overall goalie, so he's a very good goalie for cheap. So I include him in the price, and the total comes to, for this whole team, is exactly 16K. So I know for some of you that might be out of the question, might be hard to, get that many pucks, but hey, if you want to face me in a wager match, maybe we can make it a little bit easier or harder, either way. But for you guys that have a little extra cash rolling around, this is a very fun team to get. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a game here and see what we can do with this big hitting team. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. guys have it. Oh my goodness, that game was absolutely insane. It was a lot of fun, I must say. Hitting in this game is one, outrageous, and two, that just makes it so much more fun. And I don't know what it is, but when I'm usually playing and I get big hits, I get a lot of penalties. A lot of penalties for hitting, and it pisses me off because it's like, you know, they upgraded this hitting, but they kept the penalties the same. But I don't know what it is when you got big hitters like this, but you don't get penalties for it. I don't get it. I didn't get a single penalty for hitting. I did get some penalties for, you know, hooking and tripping and shit, but that's a whole other story. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. These guys, they can all bang bodies. It is absolutely insane. As you guys saw in there, if you guys were worried about, you know, guys like Timu Rutu or Ryan Malone or Stewart, or maybe you're worried about Hansel, you know, all of these guys had big hits. I don't think there was a single player on the team other than maybe Biron that didn't have a massive hit. And Paul Gostad, I believe, was the one that scored the goal. So, I know we only scored one goal, and you guys might be a little worried about, you know, the offense, but we had a lot of opportunities. Like, we had a lot of cross creases, a lot of one-timer opportunities, but I don't know if it's because our chemistry is so low or what, but we just couldn't complete one-timers or cross creases. It would just, you know, our guy would fan on it, he would completely miss it. And I have a feeling that's for team chemistry. I think we just need to, you know, if we got some changed teams up in here, our team would be a lot better. Because I had so many chances. I outchanced this guy so much. He barely had any time on attack. And oh my goodness, I think we ended up with like 56 or 58 hits. I think you guys saw at the end of that, end of the game there. It was absolutely insane. It was a lot of fun for sure. I mean, even just the littlest hit, and they would go flying. This big boy here, John Scott, oh my god, laid everybody out. This guy, he's my favorite player on this team. He can just absolutely lay anybody out. And the good thing about this team is, as you guys can see, it's only 3 stars. So you're only going to be going up against guys that, you know, are, you know, around that same level as your team. And I mean, that guy, his best player was Ryan Smith. And, you know, so he didn't have this great team, which was good for me, so he couldn't, you know, speed by me or anything like that. And I just absolutely demolished this guy. It was absolutely insane. It was a lot of fun. So I would definitely recommend you guys going out there. If you got some extra cash laying around, or you just looking to bang bodies, pick up this team, or at least pick up some of these players, because it is so much fun. Even if you just put, you know, John Scott, George Peros, and Paul Gostad as your 4th line or your 3rd line, trust me, it's gonna make it so much more fun, and it's gonna, the other guy's just gonna hate you. I mean, if that was me on the other team, I would have been so pissed, man. Every time I cut up the ice, every time I try and cut into the middle, absolutely demolished. No chance. You're not cutting up the middle of the ice on me. You're not entering my zone without taking a big licking. So it was a lot of fun, and it's not the most expensive team to get either. Only 16K. I know that for some of you that may seem like a lot, but trust me, that is for all NHL players. That's not that much. And you've got a few 85s here, so it's a very good team. Biron didn't really have to do much, but he did his part, keeping the puck out of the net. And if you guys are worried about speed, because that is somewhat of an issue, I won't, you know, sugarcoat this as being the best team out there, of course. The problem is you're slow. That is a big problem. But maybe you've got some more cash laying around. You can go out and get some speed boost, or, you know, player boost, whatever you want to do. I'm not sure how many. Oh, he's only got 1. Yeah, a lot of these guys only have 1, but it will help out. You know, you put a +9 skating on there or whatever, +5 wall, whatever you want to do. It will help out a lot. But this team is a lot of fun to use. I'm not going to lie. I'll use it from time to time because it was a lot of fun. So, hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know if I missed out on any, you know, big hitters in the NHL that you thought deserved to be on this team. Now, keep in mind, I wasn't going after crazy expensive guys, but let me know who you think I missed, who you think should be added to this team. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, but make sure you go and at least try this. I mean, maybe it's not as extravagant. Maybe you go get some AHLers that can hit, whatever it may be. Maybe it's just one line that can hit. Give it a go. It is a lot of fun. I had tons of fun with it, and I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. And also stay tuned for more budget builds in the future. I know we're going to be trying out a few different things. So till next time,
Mr. Politician, we don't apply your vision. We see the planet different, but you don't manage to listen. My team, the new entourage, no Jeremy Piven. I'm like the Fresh Prince, just minus the Aunt Vivian. So the younger generation, they feeling my pain more than they feeling the way that you run your campaign. Sometimes I put money over making a change.